I just wanted to take the time today to answer a question that I get fairly often, especially being an advocate of the paleo diet, and that is regarding corn. The question that I get fairly frequently is corn considered a vegetable, and is that something that we can consume as part of the paleo diet? In short, the answer to that is no, corn is not a vegetable. Corn is actually considered a grain. And there are a couple of concerns that we need to be focused on when it comes to corn. The first thing we need to look at is that corn, especially what we have here in the United States, is considered a genetically modified organism. Now, when we talk about it being genetically modified, essentially they've changed the genetic structure of it that it produces a bacteria, and this bacteria, known as Bacillus thuringiensis, is going to be a bacteria that damages insects. So when an insect tries to land on the corn and tries to eat the corn, it basically destroys the insect and causes it to perish. However, the reason that this is problematic for us is now they're starting to show that these same bacteria that are part of this genetically modified organism are also damaging the red blood cells of mammals as well, of which we as humans are considered mammalians. So this is definitely not something, because of the genetically modified aspect of it, not something we want to be consuming. Now, the question always comes up, well, what if I find a non-GMO source? Can I consume corn at that point? I still say no on that because, again, it is considered a grain. And here's how we know that. If you look at gluten, most of us are familiar with gluten. We see a lot of information about gluten right now. Gluten can be further broken down into what are known as glutenins and prolamines. And if you look within this prolamine category, one of the prolamines that is found in gluten, or the main prolamine found in gluten or wheat specifically here, is going to be gliadin. Gliadin is going to be the protein that is most often looked for with regards to celiac disease and reactions to wheat. But here's the thing about this, and this is the problem with corn, is that the question is, does corn have gluten or not? Well, if you look at technical definitions, corn almost has to have gluten in it. And the reason is that because gluten is made up of prolamines in part, the prolamine found in corn is called zein. Zein is going to have a very close kinship over to gliadin. These two are so close that your immune system really doesn't know how to react to it, and it can create what is known as cross-reactivity. So, does corn have gluten in it? Yes, corn absolutely has gluten in it. And again, remember, it's not just about gluten, even though that is a problem. It's also about the fact that you're consuming a genetically modified organism, and in this case, we know we're starting to see that it can damage the red blood cells. And also, there's starting to be some theories about it damaging gastrointestinal function as well. So, if you want to know more about this, read more at the article we've got right here for you. There's going to be a lot of great additional information in here for you. Best of health, Dr. Arland Hill. Take care.